must be ready to be seen as a mad person, because according to Easton, you must veer from the normal. If you keep doing the same thing others are doing over and over again, that's madness. And that is why we have changed the dynamics and the narratives. So Uber started it. And when people thought it wasn't going to work, today, so many copycats are copying Uber. It's only a good system that is copied.
I hear you, sir.
So we're also seeing people already copying our template, but they can't get the original.
Yes, sir.
We own the original. It's patented to us. They will come and learn. We will teach them because we're generous too. We want to see how many persons can take advantage of that which is trending. And then the third one is the e-commerce. In those days, we were told that don't eat food from strangers, but today we are not patronizing strangers. Because you can book your lunch, your breakfast, your dinner, and you don't know who cooked it. What you see is that a cabman will just bring your food, and you believe that the person who cooked it did a good job, and you pay. All these were alien to us. But when COVID came, we now saw that businesses could be done in a more better, conducive environment without the, that homogeneous expenses tied to renting shops, facilities that were not doing the job they were meant for. Today, so many housewives here in Nigeria have started owning shops online, and they are doing exploits for themselves. And SWIFTtrip is saying that we will have our own Swift mat. Are you saying it's still not possible? Nobody is saying that again, because we've seen that it's already happening before our very eyes. And then we have the fourth one here. Oh, logistics. In as much as I don't want to thank God for negativity, but I always say thank God for COVID that came. COVID was an eye-opener to all of us, especially in the black world, in the black race. We are usually the last to embrace change, especially when it has to do with the internet.
Yeah.
Sad to say, some of us, use faith to misdirect our thought. I remember when ATM came first, some people said, this could be the mark of the CCC. So I said, come on, stop it. And when crypto came, they say it's that one currency the Bible talked about. Come on, stop it.
My God.
What you don't know is your elder brother.
I hear you, sir.
Be ready to learn and unlearn how things are not done. So those old methods you were taught, especially I have friends that are lecturers in most of the universities in the south here. I used to tell them, how come you are still teaching that which is obsolete? The curriculum is already outdated. Little wonder we're producing graduates that are not employable. You see small children in Japan, the advanced world, what they do as practicals will shock you. And here we are still drawing mouse on a paper. You are teaching computer. I saw a computer lecturer or a teacher in the school who was trying to explain how to move a mouse, and he put this how do you call it, duster on the board and was moving it. That's how to move mouse. And that's why my child would come and tell me all the money I paid for is to put dust worker on the board and be moving it, say, and you move like this, you move it left, and you press here. Come on. Another computer our schools don't have. Let me shock you. I'm a graduate of computer engineering. Do you know that my 5 years in the university, we did not see computer, but we graduated as computer engineers. Is that bad? Come on, who do us?
My God.
And here, somebody is telling you we can make a mark, and you're still bringing that old thought of yours that didn't make you make a mark. That made you all the English you could speak after 4 years in the university is, I beg to apply. Come on, kill that thought of yours now. We want to erase that part of your memory and reformat it. And we're going to load in modern softwares that ride with the tides today, that is making a mark. Whether you like it or not, that's where we are.
Yes, sir.
Thank God all of us witnessed the swearing in of Donald Trump yesterday in America. And he has started, there'll be massive deportations. So many of your brothers will come back, Uganda must go. If they don't have legal document to stay back in that climb. Please, let's not join this bandwagon. So UPS, DHL, OPS, and just name them, were the pioneer in this industry. Today, locally, we have so many of them now. Some are not even registered. People just have these dispatch riders now, and they have their businesses, not even on the internet. I do this, so If you need to tell me, my dispatch order will bring it. And it's working effectively. We're only trying to come and make it more effective, more systematic. You know, we're using AI alongside with this so that very soon when we have our robotic cars drive the road, don't say it's witchcraft too, because somebody will come and pick you and there is no driver. That's where the world is now. Whether you like it or not, change is inevitable.
Yes, sir.
It's inevitable. It will wait for you. If you delay, we'll leave you behind and you start rolling after us. And then the fifth one is the hospitality industry. These 5 core services are all embedded in SWIFTtrip. And one-time payment will give you the ownership of all of these. Only one of them is even enough to make you the person you've always wanted to be.
I hear you, sir.
Nigeria is a very, very wonderful place to make so much money from hospitality. We have a lot of natural tourist attraction. So all we need is, let's harness them. We will help the government to hone them and make them viable, because the places we go to all over the world, they are artificial. Ours are natural. The Ogbuniki Cave and all the rest. Go and see what is happening there. Natural waterfalls. You talk about the Brass Beach, the Bonny Beach. Who told you we cannot make them look like the ones that are abroad? We will do all this in collaboration with the government, because they will soon call on us very soon.
I hear you, sir.
Young man, come. Please, what support do you need so that we can make our country, our state, a better one? Because if we make all these things workable, it will generate so much fun for them.
I hear you, sir.
That's what we're talking about. The era of lazying about and waiting for hampers from the federal government to the state will soon end if this tax reform stuff works that the man is pushing. So just know it. The man gets embarrassed, but they get a good side. Just know that today. So you can see that you've glanced through the core services we have in SWIFTtrip. The next question is, okay, they look laudable. So when are you people going live? You see, I tell people, I want us to go live today. I know that is what you want to.
Certainly.
And so many persons too. But the most unfortunate group of people are those who are wishing us to go live when they have not come in.
Oh.
I saw on Facebook this morning a young man who was arguing with, an average man was arguing with our the PA, National Admin, on Facebook when they went on road work yesterday. And you people should launch first. I was just laughing at the man. When you should be thinking of, okay, don't launch, wait, let me come in first. He's saying launch first. The same storyline. They want to be like those Agbero, load motor, and they trek home. SWIFTtrip is currently at its development / vision phase. And so what we are doing is we're calling for collaborators like you and I to come own this system. So if you collaborate with us, it will facilitate the process of our launching and going live. Because it is that cooperation that has kept us going. And thank God, so many persons are today beginning to realize that we have done them a favor by not launching yesterday. Somebody was so happy, a police officer somewhere in Enugu, when he heard about it. Wow. Man, as against paying 78, he paid 80,000 yesterday. So register in fact, don't waste time.
My God.
That is the beauty of somebody who saw a jewel as described in the Holy Book, that he went and sold all his belongings and acquired it. Please, I'm in a different mood this morning.
Yes, sir.
I'm happy that a number of us are coming to that realization, because all the New Year resolution you made, 1 month is already gone. Oh.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, February is just next week. All right? And when that happens, you realize that the same thing is the same circle. Nothing has changed, but it's changing for those who are taking action.
Yes, sir.
So what is going through your mind now is, okay, how do I come in? What are the subscription levels here? See them in a glance. The various subscription levels in SWIFTtrip. We have 8 of them. The very first 7 are for those we call the exclusive group, because not everyone can afford ₦1 million, ₦2 million today.
Yeah.
So I say it's for the exclusive group. From the dealer's package to the base slot, the dealer's package is giving you 0.05% ownership right with a one-time payment of $128,000, which is the equivalent of 128 million naira, Nigerian naira. Of course, for now, we have benchmarked our exchange rate for the benefit of the Nigerian populace, which they are not understanding 1,000 naira. That will change very soon.
Certainly.
And then the list in that category is the base lot, that is $2,000 a naira, which is the equivalent of 2 million naira, and it gives you the ownership right of 0 into 3 places, 5%. But then the good thing is there is this package that allows for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Let me add Hannah, since the women would not want to be discriminated against. So Hannah, you are involved, and that is a node. The node is going for $100 today, which is 100,000 naira. But Grace has met you today because there is a promo going on. As a result, as against 100,000 naira or $100, what you are going to pay is 78,000 naira, which is the equivalent of $78. And you know what? It gives you the ownership right of 0 into 5 places, 125%. One thing is certain. If you have been listening to us all these months and years, you notice that the percentage of ownership has never changed. But your entry level has been changing. And that's why you notice that 2 days ago it was 77,500. Today is 78,000. It doesn't mean that the man who is paying 78,000 will be given a larger share. Because the man who bought this same slot last year for 25,500 got the same 0 into 5 places, 125%, and here you are paying times 3 of what you paid. Can you see the price of delay? Delay is dangerous. Throw behind the trash bin your ugly experience or the businesses you have done that have failed you.
Yeah.
They didn't fail you. You only pay your school fees. That was the price of not knowing the right from the wrong. That's it. I paid such price too in the industry.
I hear you, sir.
Anyone that is afraid of paying school fees will remain an illiterate. That is why they tell you, if you think education is expensive, try ignorant. There was a young man who felt when people were going to school, it was a waste of time. The day he entered trouble, now we know the value of school. He was in a police station and he was asked to write statement because he didn't know how to write, how to speak. He copied somebody else's writing and he didn't know the man committed a murder case. That's the price of ignorance and illiteracy.
My God.
Don't pay such price tomorrow because of not doing the right thing. Join others that are doing the right thing now. That is where the world is going to. You heard it. Whether you like it or not, the world will continue to change.
Yeah.
The Nigerian government thought they can stop crypto some years back. You saw the fight yesterday against Binance and all the rest. Today, the president of America has a coin attached to his name, the Trump coin. And go and see what he's doing today. It's garnered over 70 billion from the liquidity market or the coin market of crypto base yesterday. And today, his daughter is also going to a list. In fact, her own coin is even out. It tells you, you see, the world is dynamic. It is only those who refuse to embrace change that will live to tell the stories of those who did.
Sure.
I be Sabian before. That statement, not be today start. And it will continue to tomorrow.
Yes.
Because of people like, not you, because for you to be here, it shows that you're ready to embrace change.
Sure.
But for those of friends whom you told, who are saying, go and see it first.
Like that man on Facebook.
Like that man on Facebook I saw this morning. That man will remember when we launch tomorrow. I be here at the bus stop. I'm about to say, I think like, avoid I think say has not helped anybody. I am glad that some of the people whom I told earlier on who didn't believe, they are the ones calling me for explanation. And you know what? I can make shakara now. Somebody was like, hey, Oga Jerry, I want to go and pay. I said, go ahead and pay now. And when she saw me, I will go to the bank the following day. I said, if you like, go pay. You understand? That same person, true. In fact, I just said the husband sold the account now because somebody told her to come and do pay 3 business. All the things I've experimented when I was a child is what people are going into.
My God.
On paper, those things can make you millionaire on paper.
Yes, certainly.
But when you go actual, oh my God, if you're not careful, both you and the boys will sick the same kind of sickness. I train Brother and me, they sick the same type of sickness. You wake up today, 2 don't die. Tomorrow, 7 die. Come on. Me, I'm a practical person. I've done, not only thief, I never thief. I've done virtually all kinds of businesses legally. Is it transport? Carry arm robbers for night. They carry me at a bush. I was not praying for my car. It was my life. In fact, at the point the prayer point changed in the bush. It was not like God. Nobody will know where I die. Oh. That means I was even wishing that if I die, maybe they give me the fitting burial. But who will give me the burial? When you know where you die put. That is why, you see, today, I have nothing to do with physical businesses. So if it's not online, count me out.
I hear you, sir.
Because in a worst case scenario, I repeat, you only lose your money and not your life. There are people today who are losing their money, losing their life, and of course, we don't even have their bodies to bury. So, don't waste time on this opportunity. That's what I'm telling you. I know what is going through your mind. Okay, if I come in, okay, let's say everything goes according to plan. When are we going to go live? Look at the answer here. Did you get that? SWIFTtrip will go live at the sales of 3% shares of her, of the 5% we are offering the general public. At the sales of 3%, because we're offering 5%. So at the sales of minimum of 3%, predicated on the load, not the stake, because very soon the stake is gone. For those of you who are here, who are wishing they will upgrade, I know the CEO, the young man is very stubborn. If he make up his mind for anything, that is the end. So if you know you want to upgrade now, because once it gets to 100, all the stake will be gone. You are not understanding what I'm saying. Do you know how many nodes that are in just the base? Divide the node, the base, that's 0.005 by 0 into 5 places, 1 to 5%. You know how many nodes that a base holder is carrying. So that when you understand the breakdown of how a node will make you 1.2 billion naira rich in a space of 5 days after launch, imagine the man who is a base holder. It means he would have made 400 times of that money.
Yes,
come on.
Yes, sir.
Oh boy, you see money. Hey, see money. Very soon, oh no. My hand.
I hear you, sir.
I don't know how many people know me today. My story has changed, and I've not even started. Very, very soon, people will wish that they can have a fraction of my cells in their body system.
I hear you, sir.
Because every part you touch is money.
I hear you, sir.
Every part you touch is money. I'm already telling my children how to start making money online. I have a lot of stories. Maybe somebody said I should write a book. It's going to make it maybe a good sell. Because when my parents were praying that God should help me get a job when I stopped going to work for somebody, I was praying another prayer in Port Harcourt. God, don't answer that prayer. So my parents were praying for one, me I was praying for a different one. At a point, I became an object of caricature in my family. And I'm the first son, the first child for that matter. Then when I talk, say, no man, your brother, we don't know what to do for Port Harcourt. They ever wish I should relocate from Port Harcourt back to Delta State.
My God.
But guess what? Now, they don't joke with me again. No.
That's it.
I'm not the anything he tells you do. He knows what he's doing. Come on. That's what we say. Money terminates insults.
Yes, sir.
So if you want to change your storyline, you must do the legitimate things others are doing. I didn't say do what others are doing, no. Because a lot of things people do to make money that are not legitimate.
Sure.
I'm not saying that. Not all the young boys you see driving GLK are doing Yahoo. Some are doing legitimate business online, and that is what we want to tell the authority, so that their boys that they have given our money to buy gun for should not be harassing our young boys on the road. That because you saw a young boy wearing a dreadlock and he's driving GLK, you think he's a Yahoo boy. No! They are making cool money online. Go to Uniport today. Students are driving better cars than lecturers.
Sure.
Lecturers now are ashamed to drive their cars to school. because the boys have learned how to use technology to make money. You see that people they call VDM, and they look at what they are doing online and be giving them money. Now book work with them, no. So you can see the breakdown now of what our 3% shares, how we arrive at the 2.4 million persons that we're looking for as node holders. Just divide 3% by 1.25 after 5 zeros. You see how we got 2.4 million subscribers. So we're not juggling figures here. We're not doing the more you look, the less you see, no. And you know what? To tell you how unique we are, SWIFTtrip is saying that you cannot, as an individual, own more than 2 shares. It's 1 per person. Did I say 2 shares? Own more than 1. It doesn't matter who I am in the business. It is 1 person per node, 1 person per stake. I have bought stake. I cannot buy node for myself. A business that wants to fraud you will give you limits. What money will they find? We will say buy as many as possible. Friends, is it making sense to you? SWIFTtrip will launch in Nigeria and in the UK simultaneously.
Okay.
And the good news is that those who thought we cannot do business outside Nigeria, tell them the UK government has officially recognized back in August last year that guys, you guys are good to go. We have all their papers of registration to show that we are duly qualified to do business in the UK. So it's not just a Nigerian thing anymore. What you're seeing today is a mustard seed. When it will sprout, the roots will spread across the globe.
I hear you, sir.
Don't joke with this opportunity.
Wow.
So what is it that makes us stand out?
Yeah, okay, should I take this part? You take the PYC.
Okay.
Benefits.
What is making us stand out is the PYC. What is PYC? Pay your customer. Yesterday I heard Ambassador Chukwuemeka talk about the PYC and say, no, it was Dr. Tanke, that he, in fact, from when he was small, he has been hearing of KYC even before he was born. And what has it resulted into? More deductions from your bank account. Thank God the banks realized 2 years ago they didn't wish us happy Independence Day in Nigeria because we were very bitter already, waiting for them to try it and do deductions. So we are changing the narratives. We are saying that businesses make profit because of customers.
Certainly.
And these customers will be part of those who share from this profit. And that is why the dynamism of SWIFTtrip is that we want to give back to those who are the profit generator, the customers.
Sure.
How? You want to know. Simply put, we'll take just one example. I think this is the part you are coming into now. The customer's benefit, right?
The customer's benefits. Should I take this part? The owner's benefit, that's financially, how they earn in the future. That's what I want to do. So you can handle the customer's benefits.
So, vis-a-vis the owner's benefits, what we're looking at now, let's see how our PYC is going to operate. If you are there in the house, look at that diagram. You have a square box, and then inside the square box you have 10%. But on top of the square box, there are these 2 arrows, the green and the red. The green is showing you 100%. From where? You, the passenger. Those people who have said, you should go and lunch, we will patronize you, no wahala, we will have a place for you too. Now watch very well. From that 100%, 2% is going back to the man who paid the 100%. So let's take, for example, you paid, for just the purpose of discussion, no drop is 2,000 naira again. With the cost of fear now. They are playing Wayo again, no, the price is going up now. During the festive period, it came to 990. Now it has climbed back 1,000 plus. No wahala. Everybody is increasing. Even the telecoms is 50% ahead. They've approved for them. So very soon, when you buy data, before you say Jack is gone, you must also develop strategy to make money. Because it's not smiling. I told people ago, I said this increment they want to increase, they will collect it back, and even collect more than from all of us. Can't you see it now? Landlords have increased house, transporters have increased. How much did they add up to your salary? If you don't have a residual source of income to your salary, your name is sorry. So, for the customers who will ride with us, For every transportation embarked upon, 2% will go back to them. That's the PYC. I missed my flight on the way from Lagos back to Port Harcourt, and I have to pay 57,000 naira to come by road. If they had given me 2% back, it means I would have gotten more than 1,000 naira.
I hear you, sir.
You know what that means? And that will make you go back to patronize those people. That is one of our selling points, the PYC. All of those who are trying to copy us are yet to understand the dynamism of our PYC. Now, of the 100%, we've taken our 2% to you as a customer. Now, you notice that the arrow beneath the square box is carrying 80%. And it's going to who? Look at it very well. It's going back to the driver, because the driver is a service provider. We are just the platform provider. Why is the driver taking 80%? He fuels his car, he maintains his car. He's the one that must come out on the road for me and you to earn that 2%, to earn all of that percentages. So the driver is taking 80%, but don't mind whether he's taking 80%. The checker will take is more than his 80%. Because according to Dorothy Parker, it is better for you to earn 1% on the effort of 100 people than when you earn 100% on your own effort. Mind you, the day this driver doesn't come to work, he will not earn 1 naira. But you and I, as shareholders, will earn money because other drivers across the globe will come to work.
Yes, sir.
Then look at the arrow again, pointing to your right. There is a 2% and 5%. That is a 5% we're actually giving out to the public now. And that's the purpose of this presentation. How you can be part of this 2% or 3%. The shareholders, as node holders in this business, are taking 3%. But the stakeholders are taking 2%. We are not interested in those people because they are the bourgeois. We are interested in the commoners because SWIFTtrip actually wants to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. We want to create an equitable society so that all of us can live a modest life. If you don't have, and I have, you will not sleep. That's the truth. I'm not saying they will rob you, but they will beg the hell out of your life.
True talk, sir.
They will beg the hell out of your life. Let's put a stop to all that with SWIFTtrip. So you see how the percentages are shared. Now look at the 2% now. All right, the passenger taking that, and then you look at the other one, which is the driver and all the rest. That is the breakdown. We're just showing you the graphical representation. All right? Sorry, I didn't speak about the 10%. The 10% that is kept in that box is meant for global expansion. SWIFTtrip will never call on you after launch of business that we need money to go to China. We need money to go to Cape Verde, to go to Kenya, because we're going to scale global. That 10% will take care of all that. It's huge. It's huge. And when that will happen, by virtue of your contribution to the source of SWIFTtrip, some of us will be enjoying all expense paid trip to these countries to join in unveiling SWIFTtrip to the world.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be massive. Don't miss this opportunity. All right? Then that is your 80% your driver. We have said it earlier on. And then there is this other 3% set aside for those persons who are like, when you launch, we will patronize you people. The customer referral chain. You know, for now, we don't have a referral chain. I mean, as in the link we give out, because our system is a closed one. But when we launch business, those who are asking for a referral link, you will get and you go tire now. Because everybody now will begin to download the app and begin to send their links everywhere because of this 1.5%.
Yes,
that for every passenger that books the ride, because you told the person from that trip that was performed, you get additional 1%. And then if that person likes what he has enjoyed, he goes to tell his friend, you get 0.3% when you download the app. Up to the 4th generation, 0.1 and 0.1 again. This one you're seeing, there are people that will make crazy money from you because those people who missed out on becoming shareholders now, this is where they will kill themselves tomorrow. The same thing with the drivers. The drivers who did not buy the shares, but will register to use our app to do business. Watch it. 1% for the very first generation, 0.3, 0.1, and 0.1. And that is how we would have exhausted the entire 100%. Come to think of it. All of these things we're talking about are like somebody who is speaking in tongues because they are sounding in percentages and not in the actual value, the money itself. Of course, we know the man who is behind this. He is here with us. You see him. He is a young man from the very small town of Udi in Enugu State. Yes, Honorable Richard Enadi. His likes are very few because me, I'm not like him. I don't have that kind of patience that he has. Me, I say it the way it is. I like it sharp sometimes. But his tenacity is showing that he is of a different species. There are very few in this world. That you stick to a course, even when nobody believed in you. For good 2 years, you were expected to perform million, and all you got was 66, and you didn't give up. Come on, give it to him. There are not many. Some of us would have just said, oh, but this is not what I'm. They not believe me. Make I go start something else. But today it's beginning to make sense that his tenacity is paying off. So we say kudos to him, and thanks to Baba God for finding him worthy to drive this course, because there are those you give a vision and they say, Baba, this will not be me. He said, Baba God called. He said, God, when you call me, I know they are aware. I did sleep. I missed the call. This one, even when the call was like a missed call, he called God back. So I'm ready. So watch how you profit as a subscriber from him. Thank you very much.
So much, Ambassador Jerry. You've done great for us today, and it's all going to be great. Thank you for all you've done for us. And to we who have gone through this presentation, I know that we've really got a lot to take home today, and it's all going to be great. So, how do you earn as an owner of SWIFTtrip? When you understand what's in it for you, then all that has been defined till now would be more translated to your friends. You will be able to shift it to your friends. Because if you don't understand what you will benefit out of this, then you tell us, I don't understand everything I've been hearing. So please pay keen attention to this, because this is the very reason we are here today. Let's show you how you make money when this is launched. The case study, the deluxe, and then a case study of the node slots. That is the peak and the bottom. So let's look at this per trip analysis. Let's consider that SWIFTtrip has launched, now global. We performed a trip in the United Kingdom, okay, in the United States. We'll be launching in United Kingdom and Nigeria simultaneously before we scale global. But now, if we're dealing with dollar here, it means that we're already in operations in the United States. So $4 was paid to the driver at the end of the ride. How much will you earn if you're a deluxe owner? Simple. Say 4 multiplied by 0.05%. That gives you 0.202 cents. And if we look at the trip done in Nigeria, the driver paid 2,000 naira to, the passenger paid 2,000 multiplied by the deluxe share gives you 1 naira. So, does that make sense to someone who paid 128 million or $128,000? To a man like Obasanjo, who has tested the beauty of cent, kobo, when he sees this, he would grab it. I'm telling you, if this thing gets into his house, he would grab it with his 2 hands. It's just that I don't think he has gotten to his house right now. So that's why we are still campaigning. Wherever, share. SWIFTtrip has become a household name right in the development stage. But we know certainly that there are homes